Alright, I'm going to show you how to assemble my enchiladas. Usually what I do is I make my own sauce, which if anybody has my blogs, they would know how to make the sauce. It's roasting dried ancho chilies with whole tomatoes and bittersweet chocolate, oregano, salt, pepper, onions, and garlic. It's a trial and error thing. You just kind of taste it as you go. As it cooks down and thickens up, it's going to turn into this dark brownish red mahogany color here. And I usually use a blender. It's just easier to just throw it all in there. So there we go. I've done 1 pound of ground beef here, salt and pepper. And I like to make barley. I don't know if you can see that there. I'll get barley and get like chicken or beef stock with it, and I'll make it like a plump barley rice, and it's a really good alternative for meat because it'll have the beef or the chicken flavor in it. So when you grind up meat, you mix half and half, half beef, half barley, and there you go. You got a meat substitute now. It looks like I got 2 pounds of meat instead of just 1, and it tastes just the same. I got my shredded cheese from the store, and my tortillas, which I've warmed up in the microwave with a towel, and I've kept them in here to keep warm. So we'll get to assembly. Oh, and here's my baking sheet. I have oiled it, greased it up so it doesn't stick. And I already have my oven prepped and ready to go, so it's warming up. So if you hear it beep, that's the noise that it's ready and heated up. So I've gone and I've taken a spoonful of meat and placed it on here. And my tortilla is quite warm. I've gone ahead and put it on this pie pan, so if it makes a mess. Usually I get these pie pans either just buying them at the store just the way they are, or when I go and get Hawaiian rolls. The Hawaiian rolls come in these tins, and I just save the tin and wash it. We used them a lot in culinary school, as preps tins, because you can put your chopped onions and celery and stuff. Don't put tomatoes in here. Yeah, you don't want to put tomatoes in here because any acidity will take the gloss away from your pie tin. So if you've ever washed your pie tins in the dishwasher like I have here, you'll see that it's lost its gloss. Or if you accidentally put tomatoes in here chopped up, the acidity will actually dull it out. It doesn't mean that it's bad, it just means that, that's what happened. Something acidic touched it. So lemon juice, no. So my sauce, tending to be mostly, tomato and chili based. It shouldn't be too bad on here. But what I'm doing here is just putting just a little tiny bit of flavor. You don't want to drown it, but you just want to put just enough little bit there to get it going. And you're just going to gently roll it, kind of scoot it back just a little bit. It's going to ooze. And going to pick it up, and there you go. You've got it. You're going to place it over here in your pan. I prefer to do it this way, just makes more room, and turn it upside down so that way it sits on the fold and it'll keep itself together. Alright, so it won't fall apart. So then you're going to go ahead and we'll do it one more time. And that one tore a little bit, it's okay. But you see how it kind of naturally curls on its own? You want to use that to your advantage right there. It's okay if it breaks a little bit like this, just as long as it's still round and usable. I might want to turn the pan a little bit this way since that tear is right there. If you try and fold on a tear, it's going to just go, cut it straight through. So, again, I'm going to plop the meat down like so. I'm OCD, leave me alone. Put some cheese, because we all love the cheese, and the cheese actually helps kind of stick it together inside. And pretty much you just kind of do this. You go until you fill up your pan, or you can even use pie pan, like glass pie pans. I've used those when you're just making a little bit, you know, for like you and somebody else. And so that's it. I mean, you literally are going to go ahead and just keep going until you've got it all filled. Then you're going to go ahead and plop some sauce. Drizzle the sauce. Let me show you real quick. You're going to drizzle the sauce just like this. You don't want to wet it horrendously and make it drown, because if you drown it, it's going to be really bad. What you're doing is you're soaking and saturating the corn tortilla. I mean, you want to even drown it with cheese. I don't care. You know, everybody loves cheese, but don't drown it with the sauce, because it'll saturate and it'll just become this soggy mess. If you want a nice, not hard, crispy, but a firm enchilada, don't put too much sauce. It's the same way with pizza. Don't put too much sauce, because it'll make it soggy and it won't cook right, and you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna be like, man, I should have listened to Shoni. But no, nobody ever really listens to me that much. But here I am showing it to you. So you fill it up, you put it in the oven, you wrap the whole thing up, cover it all up in foil, put it for about 350 for about half an hour to an hour. What I usually do is I'll do about half an hour. I'll take the lid off, and usually by then all the cheese is melted. And I'll take the foil lid off and let the top kind of brown a little bit, you know, kind of like a pizza. So that way you have, you know, a more cooked enchilada that's firm, and, you know, let the heat escape a little bit and dry it up some. So yeah, that's my tutorial on making enchiladas from scratch, in case you were curious. Thanks. Bye.